Welcome back to the Alice Media Podcast. This is Bonding with Bond. I'm Mark.
And I'm Nicholas.
And today we watched Skyfall. Skyfall.
Oh, you just want to skip right over it. Huh?
Yeah, let's talk about the good one. Today we watched The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It's a good one. This is the best Daniel Craig movie by far, I think. I don't think it's going to be a competition. It's
pretty good.
It's the second best Bond going family motto thing titled movie. Yeah. I think The World's Not Enough is actually a better movie from this, and you all are haters.
Yeah, I think it might be, but I don't know. I think they both do it in interesting ways because I feel like they're not similar enough. It just happens to be like the family motto thing.
Well, it's also like the M revenge. Their entire plot is to kill M.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do I like? Nah, I really like this. It's just shot so fucking well.
It is.
It looks so pretty.
But I think we'll get into it. The movie opens with Bond lurking around. He sees a guy on the ground dead, and then he sees a dude in a chair who's like dying. And he's like, I gotta save this guy. And M's like, leave him, Bond, which sets up the rest of the film.
Yeah, she goes, uh-oh, maybe she doesn't care about the agents.
Yeah, and the guy, so someone stole a hard drive or something.
Yeah, it's on the table there's a laptop, and the hard drive's been taken out.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out shortly that the hard drive contains the information on all the NATO secret agents and where they're currently on assignment. So, like, what terrorist group they're in. So they would instantly be ousted if the list got out.
Yeah.
And they're not supposed to have the list. So nobody's worried about this list being confiscated stolen, because nobody knows it exists except for MI6, because they're not supposed to have it.
Yeah. Chase ensues.
Yes. Leave guy to die and run away.
Yeah, he gets into a car and we meet a young woman named unnamed. She is a bad driver because women drivers. Am I right, fellas?
Oh yeah.
We also and then while this is happening, M and Bill Tanner are in their ear. Does not shutting the fuck up.
Yep, just given the explanation of what's going on.
Yeah, and they end up going into a big old chase, and which ends up with Bond doing a motorcycle chase on a rooftop because it's a Daniel Craig film.
Yeah, just like last week, we got another roof chase. Less
and
tiles,
just like the week
off.
before too.
Yeah, we're 3-4. 3-4-3.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said 4, and I was like, I hope they don't think it's of 4 movies.
Yeah, I was like, did we miss another Daniel Craig film? Was he in Die Another Day? Was there a rooftop chase? Die Another Day. Bond ends up, after that they have a little motorcycle chase on the rooftops, and then Bond goes on a train.
Yep.
And he's fighting the guy.
Yeah,
doing that stuff.
It's a pretty cool scene.
Yeah.
It's a little over the top with the excavator. There's a really bad joke where he knocks off some of the cars and they get in the way of unnamed lady, and he's like, "Oh, what happened?" She's like, "Oh, some VW bugs, I think." I'm like, what is that a joke?
Yeah, no. I think the real joke of this scene is the guy with the balls on his gun.
He has double extended mags, so it's just 2 circles at the bottom of his gun.
2 just firm balls.
It's a wiener.
Yeah.
No way around it.
Yeah.
That's his weapon of choice. Too.
Yeah. This is it. It's his rifle and his gun. It's for fighting and for fun.
There's many like it.
But this one is his. And then while they're on the train, Naomi Scott is like, I'm gonna take the shot, but Bond's in the way. And M's like, take the shot, take the bloody shot. And she ends up shooting Bond, and Bond goes into the water, and the guy gets away with the hard drive. And then all of a sudden, here, Skyfall.
It's a good intro.
Actually, there's a really good transition first.
Yeah.
M is looking out of the window, being like, "My son, my wonderful son, is dead."
Oopsie, and you can hear the rain.
And then then it cuts to the water on Bond, and it's like, ooh, like the waterfall and Bond going down it, and you're just like ooh, baby.
The transition between the sounds of the rainfall into the like roaring river is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And that ends probably one of my favorite intros.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's shot really well that I'm really into it.
I think there have been better intros. Yeah. I think The World's Not Enough is a better intro, which I usually have to remind you what happened.
Yeah.
That's the one where it starts off at the bank. He jumps out the window, then he goes through MI6, and they go the boat chase through the canal.
Yeah, the boat chase is cool.
And then
when I think of that scene, all I think of is, man, I hate that he pulled that cable and it was that long.
I still think the god tier of pre-title sequences is GoldenEye's.
I think GoldenEye's is pretty good. The like training sequence thing.
No, that's Living Daylights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. GoldenEye is 006 gets shot in the fucking head.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that one, I would say that's probably the gold standard.
Yeah.
Because
you have like
other mission.
You have like the spectacle like drop, like the bungee jump.
Rappelling, yeah.
And then you have the 006 banter shootout sequence, his death, and then you have the plane stunt. You got it all in that one.
Is it Die Another Day that there's nuclear missiles?
That's Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies. I like that one a little bit.
Yeah.
I like the...
Brosnan had some good pre-titles.
Yeah. I like the pre-titles that it almost feels like a different mission.
Yeah,
and then this one...
Goldfingers is also god tier.
Goldfingers is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, with the duck on the head.
Yeah.
And then the shocking...
The only thing
when he shocks the guy to death.
The duck on the head is the alligator costume.
Oh, an octopus?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other really good ones. I'm blanking.
There's a
like Thunderball, Goldfinger, the Brosnan era, and the Dalton stuff is the only ones that come to mind. I can't remember. Oh, and the Union Jack one from Spy Who Loved Me when the ski.
The Union Jack reveal is pretty. That's good campy. I like that.
Yeah,
it's like
So the Adele song Skyfall is a banger. It slaps.
Yep. Definitely one of my top 3 favorite top 3 favorite songs.
What's your second?
What do you think my first is?
Live and Let Die.
Yeah. I was like, huh. He probably already knows it, but and then Chris Cornell's from Casino.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, it's listening to this was the first Bond movie that I saw in theaters where I was like, ooh, I like James Bond. I want to go watch the new Bond movie. And the song came out like a month before it, and I listened to that thing on repeat. Yeah. And then seeing it in theaters, I was like, what, with the visuals and everything, I was like, it like adds a deeper meaning. And then you watch the movie and you're like, oh my God, the pre-title sequence told the whole story.
Isn't that genius?
Yeah. I think Casinos did too, but Quantum's, who knows?
Yeah, Quantum, what happened in that movie? I don't know. I don't really even care to find out.
It's been a week and we forget.
Yeah. Full transparency.
It was today.
We did it today. We already forgot what the fuck happened in it.
Oil and water.
And Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
A fucking Bolivia dictator tried raping somebody, I think.
Right at the end.
Anyway, we go to MI6, and M's writing his obituary, and she's got a dog that we never saw in any of the movies beforehand, but now it has significance.
Yeah, I wish this was something that was already... It might have been on one of her desks in the first ones, because I remember seeing something. Like, I have faint memories of there being... something on a desk that I was like, oh, hey, look at that.
Here's the thing. I don't remember this Bond going into M's office ever. He always went to her house.
Yeah, he always broke in.
Yeah. And so, like, I for the way I see this movie is because I feel like this is a really bad sequel to Quantum of Solace. But it's a fantastic sequel to The World Is Not Enough.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's it almost feels inappropriate in the spot it's in.
Yeah.
But it was in No Time to Die is what I was thinking of.
What?
It shows up again.
Oh, the dog?
Yeah. That's so I thought it was in a past one, but it's in a future one.
Yeah.
I wish it was just like a background object that he was like, "Oh my god, this stupid thing."
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like this feels weirdly put in the timeline.
Yeah, because this feels like a end piece.
Yeah, this feels like this is Pierce Brosnan's. This could have been Pierce Brosnan's final Bond.
Yeah, that would. Well, I mean, if this was the last one and they didn't make, or they started a new series or whatever after this, there's like no conclusion for Bond. It's just M's conclusion.
I mean,
So
what you're telling me is that Pierce Brosnan should play Bond forever, and I agree.
Well, I mean, No Time to Die is a good way to end until they make a new one and somehow he survived. And
No, they're probably just gonna reboot it.
yeah, that's I'm fine with there being ends. I personally like. I know you don't like it. I like the series stuff, but
What do you mean serious stuff?
like there being a casino to No Time to Die, and that's its own storyline versus 8,000 years of the same Bond storyline, and everybody's changed 1,000 times, but it's the same. Somehow there's continuity between.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's cool, but I prefer the series stuff. I just like being able to have a complete work that I don't have to watch over 3 months.
Yeah.
I feel like this is or like The Matrix before they made the new one. Like I like just 3 and then yay.
Yeah.
We don't have to go back, and then they go, wait, money? But I'm trying to think of other franchises that have gone on long enough to...
MCU.
MCU does what you like. Damn it. Because everything carries... Even in the new phases, everything carries over. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess we'll see where the MCU ends in 10 years. If it...
Ever
what
ends.
they end up doing.
I hope it ends in the next month.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting little thing to see if it was a bad choice to end Bond and try to start fresh.
Yeah. Anyway, M meets with Mallory, who Ray finds, and he's like, "Yo, you're fucking up. You gotta get out of here. You lost the chip." And she's just like, "I ain't leaving."
Yeah, I'm not done.
Yeah, she just goes all Jordan Belfort on, "I ain't fucking leaving." And then she goes into a car with Bill Tanner, and Bill Tanner's like, "Oh, someone's hacking us from the inside of MI6."
Mm-hmm.
And a little, she's like, "Track it." And then like a little Union Jack with M's face goes on, and it goes, "Ha ha ha," and they stink on your sins as it burns away. And she's like, "What?" And they pull up to MI6, and like the police are like, "You can't go here, you can't go in there." She's like, "Do you recognize the car?" He's like, "Dude, like hold up." And then the building explodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right where her office is blows up.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, one complaint that we have, that me and Nicholas have, is M writing the obituary for Bond. Yeah. When in GoldenEye they said that there's anonymous stars on the wall for agents, and it would have been good if they're like Nick. You can say it because it was your idea.
So the actual obviously in the real secrets industry, there's agents who die in the field, and the way they're memorialized isn't an obituary because what they do is classified. There's a wall that they will put a star in, and that just signifies that somebody in their agency died on a mission. And then as the mission, so I think there's like 70 stars or something. And then as the people get declassified, so like people from World War II are starting to get declassified, they'll put the information under their star of who it was and what they did. But everybody who's died recently, it's still just a golden star because they can't actually talk about what they died doing. So the idea of an obituary is dumb, and they've already established the gold star thing.
In the other series, though.
Yeah, because GoldenEye 006 says it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, it would be great because they can show her like being there while they put the star up and her being upset. And then we get the reverse of that where she's standing over the 6 coffins or 6 caskets of the people who died in what we just saw, the explosion, and have her like still upset but not as upset as with Bond, and be like, oh, or have her be more upset about the 6, and then it's like, oh yeah, she doesn't care about the operatives that much, because that's kind of what the movie's trying to do.
Yeah. And while that's happening, Bond's fucking.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah, Bond is having sex in a little hut, and then he's laying in bed with a girl drinking Heineken. This movie is totally not sponsored by Heineken.
Yep. Nothing to do with the commercials he did for Heineken, too.
Nope. Is that a poster on your phone of the fucking dog?
It's. I think this one's a fake one. It's a No Time to Die poster for the movie, but it just has the dog statue.
Nice.
As the entire poster on a black background.
Bond is like taking pills and being miserable, and he's going to bars and drinking while having scorpions on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Man's a mess.
Very bad CG'd scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
But
who are we to judge?
Yeah.
And then while he's at the bar now, there's a news broadcast. It's like MI6 attacked, and he goes like, "Looks like I gotta go back home."
Yep,
and he does.
Yeah, he flies right home to M's living room.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, "Hey,
I'm back."
Yeah. Take the bloody shot. Is that what you said? And he looks like shit.
Yeah. Well, before that, M is looking at the coffins of all the dead people with the Union Jacks covering the caskets and whatnot. As she gets home, Bond's there, and he's just like, I'm angry because you shot me. And she's just like, of course I shot you, blah, blah, blah. It's what we had to do.
Yeah. You were kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be okay with dying in the line of duty, Queen and country, and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, is he upset?
He is not happy about it. And then she's just like, you're going to get an evaluation tomorrow to see if you're fit because you can't go back on the active roster if you're not fit. And he's like, all right, I'll go home and take a shower. And she's just like, we sold your apartment and your stuff's in storage.
Yeah, you should have called.
Yeah.
I like the should have called remarks that come up often.
Yeah. And but yeah, he looks like shit.
Yeah.
Looks like absolute dog shit.
I love it. Because, like, right now, he has, like, super deep blue eyes, and they're red from him not sleeping. And it's just... His eyes are just completely red with this, like, deep blue.
Mm-hmm.
The movie just looks so good.
Yeah, well, because it's shot by Roger Deakins, the greatest director of photography of all time. Hands down.
It's good.
Yeah. These two, like the director Sam Mendes and Deakins, are now like inseparable. They won't they work with each other all the time, and they won an Oscar together on 1917.
I was gonna say they just keep doing good stuff, so why mess up the math?
A movie I didn't like that much. You liked it, right?
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of long takes, though. So
yeah,
I have a feeling I'm gonna like it.
I was like, wow, this looks incredible. These long takes are fairly impressive. What's going on?
Yeah, that happened a lot with me with
Birdman.
No. Well, yeah. No, Birdman
I think,
felt good.
Yeah.
It was just some of the Birdman stuff. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But I was thinking of Dunkirk. I thought
love
that
Dunkirk.
looked great. And I liked like 2 of the storylines. And then I think there was 4. There was either 3 or 4.
There's 3.
Yeah.
There's 4. There's the Kenneth Branagh on the waiting for the boat to come.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Tom Hardy
kids on the boat too.
Yeah, the kids on the boat. Tom Hardy on the plane, and then the other kids like on the submarine.
Yeah, I like the kids on the boat, and then I like. Guess the other one I like.
I think your other one is Tom Hardy in the plane.
Yeah, it is. Are you a big fan of the beach scenes?
I do like the beach scenes. I like
It's
the whole
pretty good.
movie.
Yeah, I think it's great overall. But I was like, this looks great. Wait, who am I following right now?
Yeah. So Bond goes into the new MI6, which is like in these underground tunnels.
Yes, Churchill's old bunkers.
Yes.
Because they've deemed MI6 unsafe, they're doing what they would if it's called wartime footing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're acting as if they're at active war. So they're at like their max security facility now.
Yeah.
Which is, I would normally just call this a sewer. But some really fancy lights in it.
Mm-hmm. And they put Bond through the training, and they give him, and Bill Tanner's giving me exposition. Bond's not as fast as he once was. He's not as strong as he once was. He can only do fucking 7 pull-ups. Like, oh, what a loser! And like Bill Tanner's like, should we do this another time? And Bond's like, yeah, just do another time. And then they all leave. He's like, oh!
Yeah, it collapses.
He's like, oh my god!
It's great. I love it. And then we get the information that he still has the bullet in his chest. No, I think he does a shooting exam before that.
Yeah.
He misses high right, then misses like left of the head, and then he just like walks towards the target, and he still has a terrible cluster.
Yeah, but he does shoot in the dick.
Yeah, which is important.
Yeah. This is where my problem with the film comes. I actually really like Daniel Craig in the film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he does a great job in this one.
He does a fantastic. This is the first time I'm like, hey, that's James Bond. But
like, ooh, he's like old.
But the story they're telling does not suit his performance.
Mm.
The story that they're telling needs a legacy Bond, in my opinion.
It feels like they want to do new stuff, and then at the same time they're like, but also remember this old stuff, because we've had M for 2 movies if they're doing it a new series, and we're supposed to be completely blown away with. I'm trying to think of if we're just spoiled because of the relationships of how many movies before, because I feel like if there were no Bond movies before this, and just 3 movies came out, would I care about a character? Yeah, of course. Like, I cared about Frodo in the 3rd movie.
Well, yeah. But I don't think we would have cared about M in this because, I think that the issue is like, I think the difference about Frodo is that you have 3 great movies.
Yeah.
If you had the 3 Craig movies, you'd have a pretty cool mid-2000s action movie, a pretty shitty one, and then you'd have this.
Yeah.
This is the irony of Skyfall is that it's a great sequel to the original series, not the sequel that it's actually a sequel to.
Yeah, it's also The World's Not Enough again.
Yeah, it's The World's Not Enough, but now it's 2.5 hours rather than 2 hours. You know, and then so what were you gonna say?
I was trying to think of an example because also Frodo's the main character. That's a bad example.
All right, fucking Gordon. By the end of Batman Begins, you care about Gordon.
That's a perfect example.
You feel it when he gets shot in Dark Knight by Heath Ledger, which they recreate in this movie.
Yeah, because it's the Dark Knight.
This movie is the Dark Knight. Act 1 isn't. Act 1 of the Dark Knight isn't, but then they decide in the Act 2 that it is the Dark Knight, and so they put Act 1 of the Dark Knight in
Act 2,
in Act 2, and then they put Act 2 of the Dark Knight in Act 2, and then the Act 3 is the Dark Knight again.
Yeah, dude, this movie's so long. I completely forgot all about the whole assassination in Shanghai and stuff.
Yeah, that's all its own original Bond movie, and then they're like, oh, where do we go from here? Oh, I'm gonna kill the bus driver.
There is like a big. It almost feels like halfway through they were like, actually, let's do this.
Yeah,
it feels like maybe we can do both of these together, and then they went, nope, just do that thing.
Yeah, it feels like 2 different movies, but no, but like I was saying, I think like. This would have been a cool time to bring back an old Bond like a Brosnan or a Dalton.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been cool to see Dalton do another one.
Yeah. just to give them. But I would say Pierce just because he has the relationship with Judi Dench.
Yeah, and I think that would be perfect.
And I think they had
been
best
cool if Pierce was able to do all of the Craig ones so far. Like if he did Casino as a sequel to all his movies, so Vespa's cut out, and it's just like a regular Bond movie, and then who cares if I would still want Quantum to happen, but like who cares if it happens?
Yeah.
Or it can be whatever. It can just be one of those movies that's a throwaway one, and then Skyfall is the last one.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. But I'm happy with what we got.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bond goes into an evaluation thing, and they're doing like the fucking back and forth gun fucking objective.
Oh, they're doing psychologic evaluation this time?
Bitch, blah, blah, it's shit like that. And then they say Skyfall, and he like tenses up. I don't think the
How did you know that name?
I don't think the Skyfall thing works in this movie.
Yeah, I think it's dumb.
Yeah. I don't understand.
I'm glad it is here because I like the idea of his childhood home, but like, I think it's like wrong most of it.
Yeah.
Like, this is how long has he been dead?
Yeah. How does this relate to M?
Yeah. And
it should have been like maybe M's like home.
Oh, that could be cool. I don't know. It's weird. Because actually, if they made Bond take a back seat in this, and it's more completely, because you could say, oh, in the last movie, M's bodyguard betrayed her and tried to kill her, and it's like, oh, I want Bond to protect me, and then this immediately happens.
Yeah,
and it's more based on her, but then it's not really a Bond movie. It's more of a. Which I'm fine with, though.
Yeah, but I think at like 20-something films, it's okay to do that. Like,
well, I mean, he only has the two. If it was like a perfect world thing where it's not a new series.
Yeah. But
dude, imagine if...
Well, I think Quantum of Solace gave us a good example why we can't have a Bond movie by Bond.
That's how I was like, can you imagine if it was the three... and we go into this one, and it's an M movie, you go, okay, so they tried Bond, it sucks, so now we're just getting M movies.
I'm cool with it.
It worked, but...
Yeah. Bond storms out of his evaluation test when they say Skyfall, and he goes and cuts the bullet shards out of his fucking shoulder because he's a fucking psycho.
And it's good because they're able to... kind of check out the fragments of the bullet, and it ends up being a weird type of bullet. It's like uranium infused, and I guess only 3 people use those bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty convenient.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, there definitely could have been a better way to do that.
Bond passes the tests by the skin of his fucking teeth, and Mallory isn't convinced. M is just like, he's fine, shut up.
Yeah.
And he goes to go see Q, and Q is
little boy.
Oh, actually, no. First, Naomi Watts. The unnamed girl.
You want to just do it?
Yeah, Moneypenny.
Yeah, Moneypenny.
Moneypenny fucking brings him to M.
It's a great reveal later.
It's not a great reveal.
I think it's all right.
Dude, when you were making fun of it, that was very accurate.
When I was...
My name's Eva. Moneypenny. That's ATSTs.
Oh yeah. It's definitely not.
I clapped.
I'm so glad they do it though, because like every time we have a problem where we're like, why are they naming it a new character when they can just use the name again? Oh, people won't understand the reference, so we changed the name.
Yeah.
We would be like, this is stupid. Just call her Moneypenny.
I mean, at the same time, I'm like, I'm with that whole. It's stupid when it was the original series because it's just like you're telling one thing, so it should just be like the same characters. But with this, if it's trying so hard to be new, We can't have a gun barrel at the beginning of the movie.
Again.
Fuck it. It doesn't have to be Moneypenny.
I'm okay with it.
Bond also makes reference to the dog thing. He's like, out of all the things that blew up in that fucking thing, the dog survived.
The dog.
Yeah. They said, and I think Bill asks, so Bond and Mallory are actually having a kind of an argument about like being in the field and what it takes to be in the field, and he's like, it's a young man's game, Bond, and it's like, dude, you're fucking balding, shut up.
Well, that's it. He's like, I know I can't go in the field because I'm old like you. Why are you going back in the field?
Yeah.
I haven't even been shot yet.
Yeah. And I think Mallory and Bond leave, and I think Bill Tanner's like, I can't believe he passed, and she's just like, he didn't.
Yep. I lied.
Yeah. Bond goes to a art museum and sees Q. And he's just like, oh, it's such a melancholy painting. And what do you see? He's like, I see a big boat. See ya.
Yeah. Bye.
And he's like, 007. And he's like, oh, fuck.
Like, are you kidding me? I still got spots.
Yeah. You're a kid. And it's just like, shut up.
Yeah.
That's fucking Paddington. Show some goddamn respect.
I love this actor. I think he really shines in No Time to Die too. I'm excited to see more of him. But I think this is a pretty decent intro to bringing Q Branch back, and the gadgets are chef kiss. Here's a gun and a radio.
The gun has a palm reader, so only Bond can use it, though.
Yeah.
Which I actually don't think is helpful.
There's I think it does save his life in the movie, but
practically,
yeah, I think it's a little dumb. But so is an exploding pen, so I'm okay with it.
Oh my god, an exploding pen is practical.
Yeah. I guess it's all right. Why is the only reason I can think of a gun that only you can shoot being bad is that you have to give your gun to somebody.
That's what I'm thinking. And like a lot of times in the field, he has to like kick the gun over to somebody.
He's never given his gun to somebody though.
I don't know.
He takes a dead body one.
Well, because he can't, because it's fucking his palm.
This is the first movie with it.
No, his Kill had one.
Which one?
License to Kill.
Had one where only he could shoot it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And he survived. Huh.
Yeah, but that's also what got him caught. Remember? Because that's when they're like, when he's like tied to the table and they put his hand on it. Like, who else would have a palm reading gun?
I don't remember that at all. I have to watch that one again. There's a couple that I'm probably gonna rewatch like next year to be like, paced out, not all at once. Oh, I can enjoy it.
Full disclosure, we've actually done all of these in one day.
Yeah, this has been. It's like 80 hours.
Yeah,
it's been the longest.
We haven't
day ever.
slept. We slept once. It was during Moonraker. We're kind of making some shit up, but
yeah, it could have been a good movie. We just made all that up. Yeah, it wasn't even playing in the background. We were just making stuff up as we went. Would have been better.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives Bond a little radio though. Q does, and it's
for
going to
tracking.
Yeah. They do. They have like a nice little bitter relationship. It's not as good as the other Q Bond relationship of like, stop touching my toys.
I like it's like introduction to there's modern stuff. Yeah. We can't just like pretend that this stuff doesn't exist, even though we should.
Yeah, this dynamic feels more of the old man went to the Apple store and doesn't know how to unlock his phone.
Unlock his phone got me really good. I like the idea of he sets it up and then it locks and he goes, what the fuck? How do I use this?
I got all my shit on there. How do I get this out?
But yeah, that's like the perfect example. He's like, I'm a hacker. And Bond's like, I don't know how to use a computer.
What is this, fucking Jurassic Park? I'm not a nerd. I'm a hacker.
Oh, boy.
What?
I don't remember that line, and that line is something.
Yeah. It's very 1993.
We're now in Shanghai.
Yep.
The other thing that Q gave him was a ticket and matching credentials to go to Shanghai because there's an assassin, the guy that Bond had to fight earlier, and they want him to get information from him.
Yep. And that guy ends up assassinating a dude.
Yep. He's guy's looking at a painting, and he gets a bullet right to the back of the head.
Yeah, and Bond is there, and a girl sees Bond as Bond fights the guy, and he throws the guy out of the window and holding his hand. He's like, "Tell me who you work for," and then the guy slips, and because Bond is weak, because he failed the medical test.
He's an old man. Yeah, there's a couple good scenes that are like, "Oh, I am slipping."
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah.
Did Moneypenny show up before this?
Yeah, she's in the opening
No, I'm talking about like
before
the fight.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like before the scene I just discussed, did she show up before that?
Moneypenny's in the opening of the movie.
No, I'm saying between him going to Shanghai and him dropping a guy out of a building, did Moneypenny make an appearance? Moneypenny's in Shanghai. Anyway,
what?
Nick, how is this like hard to understand?
Are you asking the first time she shows up in the movie?
No, I'm asking does she show up in between him getting off of the airplane and killing this man?
No, I don't. I think it's after because he shaves.
Does he shave? Okay.
I don't know when the shaving is, but it's here. I'm guessing it's post kill.
Okay.
He's going upstairs now, so it's probably. I don't think he takes a break now to go to the hotel room.
I would.
It's because that question took me so long to process that we got the answer visually.
Yeah, I'm explaining this pretty fucking well.
Mark goes, "Did Moneypenny show up before this?" And I go, "Yeah, in the opening of the movie." No, like in Shanghai. I'm like, what are you talking?
Yeah, like she showed up in Shanghai.
Oh, no.
The fight scene is really sick, and it's great that Bond fucking fucks up and lets the guy go by accident. And then he like lays there like a pathetic loser as that girl kind of watches him, and he disappears like Batman because the Dark Knight really kicked Quantum of Solace's ass.
He goes, "Oh my god, she saw me," and rolls away.
Yeah. Then he goes back to the hotel and he's beginning to shave, and there's where Moneypenny shows up, and she's just like, "You're using a straight razor."
No,
Yeah.
what does she say? She says like a throat slitting razor or something. I'm like,
Yeah. I've seen Sweeney Todd.
Some British thing.
Yeah, I've seen Sweeney Todd.
This is another great scene of him being out of shape. He's holding onto the bottom of the elevator as it goes up to what I'm assuming is like the 70th floor, and he can't hold on and has to shake his arm and then grab onto something else.
Yeah.
Don't really know how well that would work, but at least his left arm's really strong.
He's so out of shape he can't use two hands to hold himself up, but he is in shape enough to hold himself with one hand.
Yeah. And I think he's righty. He was just holding himself up by his left hand, though. Oh, no, I know why. He got shot in the right.
Oh.
That's why his right arm's weaker. Because he leads with his right when he's shooting.
Okay.
That's making more sense. Because that's how I was like, oh, my strong arm is so weak. I'll just hold my entire body with my weak arm.
Yeah, you're right.
We get sick visuals on the floor. It's all.
I've already passed the scene, dude.
I'm still here, man. It looks so good. This is like when they start flexing the cinematography stuff.
They started doing it in like the 1969, and then they said fuck that. They picked it up again 95, and they said fuck that, and now they're getting it again.
I think all of these are trash.
For context, Nick just got up and put all my Bond DVDs that I bought him fucking 2 weeks ago into the trash.
Yeah, they're gone now. All I need is Skyfall, which isn't my favorite Bond movie. Okay, where are we? Are we in the casino then?
No, we are. She hasn't shaved him yet.
Okay.
So you can talk about them getting shaved.
It's awkward. I don't like the shaving scene. They just talk about how she's basically... No, they already talked about her being in trouble because she killed 007. What did they even talk about there? And she's like, I want to get back in field stuff.
Yeah, it's just...
And I think he's like, are you there as a spy for not M, but the guy?
Mallory.
Yeah, Mallory. Or are you here, I don't know, for fun, I guess,
To help
would be the
me?
other thing? Yeah. She's like, I'm here to help any way I can. Here, I'll shave you. And then he tries to look at her boobs.
Yeah, and she's just like, stay still.
Or I'm gonna
Because
slit
Bond
your
doesn't
throat.
fuck anymore.
And then, they get dressed and go to a party. And it looks sick when they enter. They got Chinese lanterns floating on the water. He's alone on a boat, like, floating in, which is pretty weird.
Yeah. I'm so fucking dumb. I was about to say, yeah, and we have Daniel Craig's first casino scene. I'm like, he was in Casino Royale. This whole movie was a casino.
I wonder if this is the first, like, public casino, though. Because Casino Royale is, like, one table in a super private room. I don't know why, but I just got flashbacks to... I forget which movie it is, but the arcade instead of the casino.
Never say never again.
God, that is so bad.
Yeah.
I need to think about this movie. So you see one of the hitman had a poker chip in his case that his sniper rifle was in, and it says where to go. Bond goes there and turns in the poker chip, and they go, hold on. And then you can watch all the security guards in the room touch their ear and listen to what's being said on the radio as they go and get him a briefcase full of money, which I think he says he assumes is 4 million euros. And then I'm guessing the manager of the casino gives him a little stack of chips and says, go play on the house. And he goes to play, and he is visited by our... what is it? Scapegoat? What's the...
Sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, sacrificial lamb. She's in a sex trafficking ring, and he knows it from a tattoo that's on her wrist. And he does this whole, like, I know all this about you just from looking at you little thing that Bond does every now and then, which I always like.
Yeah, he does the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes thing.
Yeah, the breakdown of their character just by glancing at him.
He does their video essay.
Yeah.
And after that, do they make an agreement to work together there?
Yeah, she basically says, hey, if you can get to this boat before it leaves, then you can, like, I'll help you. Because she assumes the people are going to kill him in the casino because they are going to try to get him as soon as she walks away.
Yeah. Oh, so we have our James Bond moment.
Yeah. A little weak. Yeah.
Craig is really bad at doing any Bondian things.
Oh my God. I'm just thinking of the gun barrel.
Yeah. Anytime he has to do something that like has like a legacy to it, he's just bad at it.
Yeah,
he can't even order a martini shaken at Stern. He just watches someone making. He's like, perfect.
Yeah. He never orders it. Other people read his order back in scenes where he would have normally said it.
Mm-hmm.
Like on last week, the plain bartender is like, "Oh, it's a martini with not vermouth, but whatever this is, and a thick orange." Swirl put in it, and he's like, I had 6. I'm like, you're supposed to say the recipe. Do the thing.
Yeah, come on, do it.
You're poking him with the stick.
Do something.
Just do it. We want to see you do it.
Yeah. Nick's looking at the DVD of Dr. No for some reason. I don't know why. He's just getting nostalgic for when Bond was Bond.
Yeah.
Bond ends up on the ship. And she looks like disappointed. She has like her shit ready. She's ready to get laid, and then like the guy comes downstairs like, we're ready to cast off soon. She's like, oh, okay.
I guess he's not coming.
And then
I guess they killed him.
Yeah. And then she goes to take a shower, and who shows up behind her but James Bond?
Mm-hmm. We forgot to say in the casino they fight, and there's the time where the gun saved. The only time in the movie where it comes up, but his gun with the palm check for him to shoot it. A guy gets it, tries to shoot him with it, doesn't work, and a Komodo dragon eats him.
Oh, I
Worth
forgot
it.
that. I think I was
Yeah.
taking a piss when that happened.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
Back to the shower scene.
Yeah, let's talk about the shower scene. So, like, we don't see any boob. We don't see any butt. So, all in all, a failure.
Yeah, weak. We
Yeah.
see wet hair.
Ugh. Anyway, and then
AKA the goods.
the goods. But, the scene's actually really weird.
There's a lot of weird scenes.
This is a fucked up scene while I'm looking at it.
Why aren't they in the water?
Yeah, why aren't they in the water?
I think it's worse because there's no audio right now. So we're just watching an old man trying to seduce a younger woman in a shower.
Yeah, this is fucked up. This is a fucked up movie.
Oh, they're in love. But when they're going to the island of the alleged hacker is where the boat's heading.
Yeah. And they're both prisoners, right?
Well, she is. I don't think he's been caught yet. But I think he gets caught. Dude, I don't remember what's going on right now. I think M's just getting yelled at because Bond is not solving it fast enough, and they leaked the first round of the secret agents. So they've decoded that hard drive that had all the agents' names on it and where they're working, and they're going to leak 5 every week. And the first round is done, and 3 of those agents were killed.
Mm-hmm.
And M's taking the heat for it because it's kind of her fault. But
Yeah. And then we go to the island, right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just this communication, and then we cut to Bond meeting our villain.
Yeah, so we meet Heath Ledger. I mean, Javier Bardem. Now, Javier Bardem's amazing in this movie, but they are just doing the Joker.
Yeah, I never realized it until you said it, but I was like, yeah, it's pretty close.
Like, it's even down to a lot of the inflections they're making the guy do.
Yeah.
He's like, no, but that's your train. And it's the same as, I'm going to kill the bus driver.
I've heard Mark say, "I'm gonna kill the bus driver."
That's one of my favorite lines.
Like,
it's because the way he reads
pushing,
it is fucked up.
Yeah, it's super creepy. It's like he was a good actor.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So then, like, so then Javier Bardem first appears, and he gives him a monologue about rats. Well, an island that his aunt or grandma owned. Grandma, and about how it was infested with rats, and they figured out a way to get rid of the rats, and they put them in a bucket.
Yeah.
And they didn't burn it, and they didn't throw it in the water. They let them eat all of each other until there was only 2 left. And then now that there's 2 rats that only want to eat rat, they let them go so that they can continue to eat other rats or eat each other.
The island was beautiful again.
Mm-hmm. And
yay!
He's
and
like, we're 2 rats.
Like a 3-minute monologue.
It's a good monologue.
The history of rat catching.
It's a good one.
It's a long walk.
Yeah.
1 take too.
Maybe.
It doesn't cut.
I think it cuts to Bond's reaction a couple times.
I don't think it does.
I mean, we're able to see it, so we can just sit here quietly if you want.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, all right, everybody.
We're not there yet. Don't lie. Don't lie to the people. And we get this interesting, like,
thing where he's like feeling up his like Adam's apple and touching his body and feeling his bullet wound.
I wish he nibbled on his ear. That would have really.
I think I wanted to see him give him a wet willy.
With his tongue or like
with
his finger. That's. I think Bond would break. I think that's how you do the interrogation.
Yeah, it also insinuates that Bond has had sex with a man before, and it's like we've already known this if you watch the original series that he and Q, him and M had a threesome in Hong Kong.
Yep, when it was a male M, just so nobody gets confused.
Mm-hmm.
Which wonderful story. I'm so glad they had that in there.
Yeah, and basically they're he's asking him like it's pretty much like a thing of like Is Bond going to join Javier Bardem or not?
Of course not.
Of course not, because we can't subvert the formula.
Yeah.
Then they go out and they continue to talk, and basically Javier Bardem is like, M betrayed me. M's a fucking bitch, and she'll betray you too. She left you to die, dude. She told you to pull the trigger. You failed the and she's still lying to you. You failed the health inspection and the mental inspection. Like, you've been recommended to be like put off duty.
Yeah, they're telling you to retire, but she is not listening. You are unfit to do this, and she is sending you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
she's
how
like,
much does she actually like you?
Yeah, she literally sent you to get killed by me. And then they go outside, and the girl from the boat is like tied up and bleeding, and he puts a little shot glass of whiskey on her head, and they are gonna do a game, the Penn and Teller trick, right? What is it?
I don't know. He has to shoot it off her head, but he can't because he's not fit for duty. He can't shoot straight anymore, so he misses the shot, and then
Bardem just kills her.
It just cut for the first time. There was no cutting from elevator open all the way to
Okay.
I'm a god. I like my one takes.
Nick's been on sets being called a god for his PAing skills, and now it's gone to his head. He's
I'm so good at the easiest job.
He has gone mad with power.
Yeah, I've basically fully completed the film industry, so it's time to retire.
Yeah.
So Bond misses a shot. Javier pulls a gun up and shoots her right in the stomach, and the shot falls off her head, and he says, "I win," because he broke the glass.
Yeah. Haha. And then Bond says, what a shame, what like a waste of good whiskey, and then he kills everybody in sight, and then
I think there's like 4 bodyguards that are there, and he gets all of them.
And then Bardem is like, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna take me in by yourself? And then he's like, nope. Cues little radio.
Look at how
and all these helicopters that would be really loud and obvious that they were there show up out of nowhere at the right exact cinematic point.
Exactly. That's my big problem is like they have this whole shooting contest thing, and then it's perfectly timed that they show up. Like, I almost wish it was like an awkward interruption during something. But I'm glad they killed the girl.
Yeah, because Nick hates women. Put that on the record. Put that on his IMDb, everybody. Make his IMDb trivia. Nick Campbell hates women. And then after that, M goes to see him. We have our interrogation scene from The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And he's like, I had a cyanide capsule, and I bit it off, and it burned my insides and didn't kill me. You know how that feels? And then he takes it out, and he looks like deformed and fucked up.
Yeah, he has. It was in his top left molar. So when he broke it and bit into the cyanide, it ruined his jaw. So he has a implant that keeps his like eye socket up and stuff like that. It looks pretty good.
Pretty CGI.
Yeah. I honestly, it looks years better than the Scorpion.
Oh, yes.
Like, and it shows him put it back in, and his face adjusts slowly while he's putting it in, and it doesn't look awful. I think it would still be passable right now. But then we get to Q Branch, where they're trying to get into his computer, because M has to go to a meeting where she's going to get yelled at by the Prime Minister. And Q starts breaking into the computer, and he goes, "Oh, it has this type of security." And Bond goes, "Can you break it?" And he goes, "I invented it."
Yeah, and Javier Bardem is like, "I want my phone call." It's literally that scene.
But he just sits there, and then because he knows they're gonna break into the computer, and whatever virus or whatever's on it is gonna go back on their network again, because his computer's in the building and plugged into their network.
Yeah.
Bond solves the. And so, like, it's amorphic, and all the data's moving around constantly. It's like solving a Rubik's Cube that's unsolving itself at the same time.
Yeah. And then we go back to the scene in The Dark Knight when Heath Ledger's cop thing happens, and the mayor's giving a speech about the fallen Commissioner Loeb, and giving that really empowered, impactful speech, and M's doing that. But about MI6. And while this is happening, Javier Bardem's about to assassinate some people.
Yeah.
It's the same scene, and he does. Wait, no, before that, the train thing happens, right?
Yeah, there's a lot between that.
That goes on for a long time.
He has to escape still. They crack the data because one of the words is like Grand something. I'm just gonna say Grand Station. That wasn't it. But Bond solved the Rubik's Cube like first try looking at it. He was like, "Oh, that's like a subway station," and then it exposes that the data is actually a map of London's underground. And he goes, Why did that door just open? And all the airlocks are opening. And Bond goes, ruh-roh, and sprints back to the cage that he should be in. He's no longer there. I guess he's the equivalent of a 00 agent, so he could probably take down 2 guards. I guess.
Yeah, but I would assume they have like 00 agents watching him.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, they should have been staring at him and went, the door just opened?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to shoot him.
Yeah, it's not like the Heath Ledger thing, because like they're doing the Heath Ledger thing where when Dark Knight, when he's like antagonizing the guy, being like, people show you who they are before they die, and he's like, some of those people are my friends. Like, yeah. He's like, do I know which one of them are cowards? And it's just, and then he eggs the guy on to the point where the guy wants to touch him, so then he can just like fucking grab, like put him in.
That happens in No Time to Die.
Yeah, so that this like it's doing that but not showing it.
Yeah, so in other words, it didn't do it.
Yeah, but like that's the insinuation that we're getting.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Well, I'm not saying that they're doing that. I'm saying like they're like, oh, he's so good that he was able to get out.
Yeah.
But whereas the Dark Knight gave you a logistical reason for it to happen, this one is just like, it happened.
Yeah, this one I wish. I wish it explained more of how, like maybe he had a gun or something that he snuck in somehow.
Yeah,
I kind of wish there were people waiting in the vents to like get him.
The CG looked real bad in that shot.
I thought it looked all right.
When his fucking eye? No, his like that shit on his cheek just disappeared.
It fills in backwards.
Yeah, but like
I'm not rewatching this entire scene. If this is the beginning.
This
of it.
section right here, I'm pointing at.
Yeah,
just disappears. Like while he's putting it in.
It's his cheekbone is not there. So he's pushing.
No, I know that, but before he puts it fully in, where this part would be fully gone, it just disappears. It's like clips out.
Okay, I'll have to look at it again because I think Mark's wrong. But
okay,
I trust him because he was just looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's escaped. He's escaping through the subway system. Because MI6, like I said earlier, it's basically a sewer, and it connects to the tube, and all of it's connected perfectly. And he has some cop friends that give him a uniform that he changes into, and then a chase ensues through the tunnel.
Yeah, the tube.
Yeah, that basically sums up about 15 minutes of what's coming.
Yep, and then Bond is like, Q, is he on the subway or is he not on the subway? And Q waits for the last second, and he goes, Bond, get on the tube. And it's just like,
it's stupid.
But it's like he already knew this, like the information like 5 seconds before he said Bond.
Yeah,
and it's just like. The tube is about to closing its doors as you're saying Bond.
Leaving.
Yeah. If you would have said, get on the tube, he would have been able to get on the tube. But he was like, Bond, get on the tube.
Yeah. It's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who would have got that right? Desmond Llewellyn, the original Q. Because he would have been like, hey, Bond, you have a gadget that could blow up they'll stop a fucking subway, and then it'll blow everything up.
Yeah, and Mark would go, God, I hate these gadgets that are specifically made to stop trains.
Yeah. I'm as impossible to please.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. I find sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what my problem is right now. I'm like, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what would make this better for me. I don't know in what world I'm happy with what's happening.
Yeah, and then Bond jumps on the back of the train, and some guy goes like, he's keen to get home. It's a good joke.
It's the Sgt. Pepper moment.
Yeah, it should have been Sgt. Pepper, even though he would have died in ending a Quantum of Solace. But
Yeah, this movie has a lot more like gags than
The last two.
Quantum. Yeah, I don't really remember if any were in not Skyfall, in Casino, but Quantum had like 2, maybe 3.
I think that's also why this one feels more Bondian.
Yeah,
because it brought back the gags. Because I think Bond just needs gags.
Yeah, I know you think that.
No, I mean, like, it doesn't have to be, like, I think it's specifically, like, I think Bond movies should have a lot of, like, dark comedy.
Yeah, there's, like, I think that that couple that's like, wow, he's keen to get home. Like, I don't need that.
Oh, I don't need that.
You could just get rid of that.
I don't need that.
Like,
I need...
Even the toupee falling off. I was like, oh, that's a good one. I don't need that.
I think the comedy needs to come from Bond. I think I have a disregard of human life comedy that he has is what makes it works very well. But anyway, I believe Bond then chases Harvey Bardem into another sewer, right?
Yeah, because he gets off the train, and then he's like, "Oh, you caught me." And he goes, "Oh, I have a radio. Watch this," and it blows up
a hole.
Roof.
And then he's like, "Was that supposed to be for me?" And he's like, "No, but this is." And then a big train comes out because he's waiting for the bus driver.
Yeah, the subway goes through the hole. And if you didn't catch on, every time he has said, "I'm waiting for the bus driver," I have heard it double as many times while we watched the movie.
Nick, he's waiting for the bus driver.
No, Mark. You like Heath Ledger's Joker.
I like it. But they clearly like Heath Ledger's Joker, Nick. Yeah. They're fucking plagiarizing it. Like, goddamn. Anyway, after that, Harvey
I think it's a nice change from the Joker, where it's not like mommy daddy issues. It's old boss problems.
I don't think Joker has mommy issues.
I guess it's just with the police. I guess he's just villain.
Joker has more of an issue of how, like, the world works.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was.
And this guy has more of a issue with how bureaucracy works, I think.
He just wants to kill him.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a deep thing like he just wants to kill his fucking old boss.
Yeah, he's just trying to be elaborate with it.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of a little weird.
That's why I'm like
the reason why I'm more like why it's not because of his motivation. His motivation makes sense and I am on his side. Well, I'm not on his side, but
you should see Mark's face. Oh no.
No, I'm not on his side, but I can see his side.
Yeah.
What I don't see is why hundreds of people are willing to work for him.
Yeah, and that's kind of why the Quantum thing makes more sense to me when it ends up that he's in Quantum, because it's exactly like that. Like, why does everybody care that he's a good hacker and wants to kill his mommy?
Yeah,
like, because in
there needs to be an ulterior motive. It needed to be like in.
I think just do this without having people helping him.
Well,
like have him. I mean, he mentions that he's hacked banks and stuff, and that's how he's funding himself. And he's probably just paying people.
Yeah. Well, I think you do like the thing with the like I hate.
Oh my god!
If you're gonna go out, if you're gonna do it, do the fucking thing. You have it as almost like a cult, where people are literally willing to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but like, why would people be willing to do what he wants when
his
goal is just this?
Well, you have an ulterior motive. You ever see Die Hard 3? Like Die Hard with a Vengeance? Well, so you ever seen Die Hard, the original?
Yeah.
So like Alan Rickman dies. In 3, his brother comes back and he has this plan to kill John McClane.
Mm-hmm.
But while everyone's focused on that, he's also robbing the New York bank, like taking all their gold.
Yeah.
So like he's doing both things. So like people are working for him to kill John McClane because he's also gonna give them like pieces of gold. So you have like it's like You balance it out.
Yeah, he's funding it with money he's stealing from banks.
I feel like there needs to be another thing, like the country's like focus on this M problem when he's doing something else.
Yeah, I'm fine with it being like I've said in past movies, just a small thing. Doesn't have to be a global thing. He just wants to kill
I don't think
him.
it needs to be global. I think it needs to be like he's robbing like the Bank of England.
What's the thing that they do when the world's not enough? That's not just killing him. It's like
oil,
missile or something, right?
They're taking. I think aren't they like taking all the oil or something?
I think she's blowing up the pipeline to Europe.
Yeah, so they're going to be without oil.
Yeah, and that's. So the people, supporters of her, are anti-Europe, I guess.
Yeah.
And then she just wants to kill him. I'm fine with this. I like it. And I'm fine with...
I'm looking for flaws.
Yeah, I'm fine with henchmen being henchmen for the money. And then that's why, like, I think the quantum thing, as much as I'm not thrilled about them, like, retroactively doing it, I think if they just made him in quantum and he's, like... this guy who's going rogue because he just wants to get back at M, even though he's like the hacker for Quantum.
Yeah.
I would like that more. Where he's
I
like,
don't know.
I'm going to do this side mission.
The reason why this is my favorite Daniel Craig one is because it has nothing to do with Quantum or Spectre.
Yeah.
It's the only one that has nothing to do with any of it. And then they make
Casino,
Mr. White is in Quantum.
I guess. Well, he does.
He's supposed to be the head of Quantum.
Does anything about Quantum come up? Or is it...
They don't
just
mention
like,
Quantum, but it's a conspiracy with this crew that has no name.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess it's said that they're together.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's why I was like, well, I think Quantum came in Quantum.
Well, yeah, the name Quantum, but it's going to come into to be Spectre and Spectre, so it's like, what are you going to fucking do? I don't know, man. Anyway, Javier Bardem breaks into the courtroom and shoots. He's going to shoot M, but Mallory gets his hands dirty.
Yeah, he gets in the way.
Mm-hmm. Gets shot in the elbow, no, shoulder.
I think it's shoulder, but he's in a sling, so I don't know. It might just. I think Bond says, "How's your arm?" So we'll just say that area of his body.
Yeah, and then he tries to kill M. Doesn't happen. Bond comes in. He shoots a fucking 2 fire hydrants and extinguishers, and there is a smoke machine behind it.
Yeah.
So the whole room fills with smoke. There's also a good moment where Bond and Mallory lock eyes, and Bond gives him a wink. It's a nice little moment.
It's like, hey.
I think he kicks a gun over to him.
Yeah.
Bill Tanner is hiding M.
Yeah, and Moneypenny's there and also gets a gun.
Yeah.
And then Bond gets in M's Jag, and Bill puts her in the Jag, and he just guns it because Bill doesn't know that Bond's in the car.
Yeah.
And Bill's like, did I just
kill my mom?
Did I just put M in a car with terrorists?
Yeah.
And then they go off the grid.
Yeah. Well, first they go to a garage, right, to get his Aston Martin DB5.
Because so basically the Jag they're in right now is super tracked because it's her car, and the Aston Martin's so old that it has no computers in it. So they're gonna take that, and Q Branch is making like a false path for them to be taking, so that they can get to Skyfall first. Mm-hmm. Which Skyfall ends up being his family's manor.
Kind of dumb.
Yeah,
Also, is this movie kind of about nothing?
Yeah, kind of. I don't think Bond grows at all. But Vespa's not in it.
Well, because here's my thing. I don't care about Bond not growing. It's a Bond movie. Who cares?
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm saying that is so like the whole point of this movie is we got to save M. And he saves M, but M dies.
Yeah. So how is that nothing?
It's like, so like the whole thing was, we gotta make sure M doesn't die, and then M dies.
Yeah.
It's just like
he kills the villain too. So he foiled all of these movies. The plan is foiled. He foiled the plan.
He foiled the plan, but the plan also succeeded.
Yeah, Judy went, I just want to stop making these movies. So they said, you can die.
I guess.
And I think it's a good send-off for her.
It is a good send-off for her, but I'm just like, huh.
Yeah, like imagine if it was she's saved, and then the beginning of the next movie, they're like, oh, she died off screen. Like I'm okay with it. I like all the little parts of this. I think it's a little too long. In the middle, it slows down so much. Like, we skipped a lot of scenes in this rewatch right now, and I feel like I haven't really missed anything.
Yeah, no.
Like the train chase stuff, that could have been halved.
Mm-hmm.
The
other thing is Mallory goes down to the basement, though, and he also takes over command.
Yes, he catches them doing this off the books job for Bond and not Judy, and M, because they asked them to do it secretly so nobody else would know, and he's like, what are you guys doing, a little secret thing? And he's like, because that's what I would be doing. And he gives them the blessing and tells them a better idea than what they're doing.
Yeah,
And
giving himself some
M.
leadership.
Yeah, which I'm excited for him.
Yeah, he's a good M. And then we're
at Skyfall.
The Skyfall thing. I don't know, man.
I think it's kind of dumb. So, because I'm very confused about. So he's an orphan. His parents are dead.
He's Batman now.
Yeah. Why wasn't he always an orphan?
He was, but it was never like a big deal.
Oh, okay.
It was never like in the 20 movies that we watched before this. It wasn't like he was like, I'm an orphan and it's tough. It's like here, he's like, I haven't been here. You know, it's like,
I mean, but nobody's like probed before.
Yeah, but like he's probing himself.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. He's seeking closure.
Yeah, but it's because I think the reason why I'm upset about it is because they're doing so much Dark Knight style shit.
Yeah,
and it's just like,
it's
all
like,
right, there's a cap on it. You didn't have to make him Batman too. Like, you're making him fight the Joker, all right, but you don't have to make him fucking Batman.
We have very different views on this. I like how skewed by Batman your views are, though.
I think it's because, like, when I was a kid, like, the Dark Knight was such a huge fucking deal.
Yeah.
And then every movie after we tried to become the Dark Knight, and then it ruined, like, movies for, like, fucking, fucking 10 years.
I'm sitting here, I've seen the Dark Knight maybe twice. And I'm like, I guess it's dark and gritty, and they did that first. So, obviously, not the...
I saw that movie in theaters like 7 times. That movie's burned into my fucking brain.
Yeah, Animal. I think Skyfall is the movie I've seen the most. And that's like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So Skyfall is the name of the manor. When Bond turned up dead, somehow the house was sold. Whatever.
Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid is the gameskeeper. He's there.
Yeah.
Has he been there the whole time? Is he just there for the sale?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's very not explained and dumb.
Yeah, it's played by the great Albert Finney. For those who have not watched any good Albert Finney films, I recommend you go out and you watch Saturday Night, Sunday Morning, Tom Jones, Two for the Road, Miller's Crossing, Murder on the Orient Express, the 70s version, which has our boy Sean Connery in it.
Isn't that like the most remade movie of all time? Or most remade story of all time?
No.
I think there's like 14 Murder on the Orient Expresses.
I would probably say it's either Frankenstein or Dracula.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm
or
the Bible.
No. Nobody cares about that thing. I guarantee the thing that I was looking at was like made for TV movies and then blockbusters, and would not include any of like the B horror movies that like Frankenstein and Dracula would have. Dracula is, I would probably, because I'm gonna say the classic vampire story is Dracula, and the slight changes to it, it's still like Dracula basically.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's got to be it.
Yeah, either that or even maybe like probably a Shakespeare thing.
Yeah.
Like there's so many fucking Hamlet movies and TV specials and episodes and adaptations sense. And
or if you
The Lion King,
like
even
Estranged Couple Christmas Story.
Yeah, small town girl, big city girl, go meet small town boy. Yeah, Kincaid. So yeah, Albert Finney, also Big Fish. The last Albert Finney movie out. No, two more Albert Finney movies I'm gonna recommend to you. Big Fish and Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, which is the final Cindy LeMay film. Oh, what a fucking movie. Anyway,
Such a nerd.
this as much as I love Albert Finney, I don't think this character is necessary.
Yeah, I think like it's pretty dumb.
It takes away from he's there for 2 moments, and neither of them needed to be there.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be there in the church.
Yeah, he needs to be
the
there.
chapel.
He needs to be there for the moment when he's like, "Oh, Bond hid here when his parents were dead," and he needs to be there to be like, "Bond, you need to shoot. You know, make sure you shoot the way I taught you how to shoot."
Yeah, no, that's stupid. Cut that.
Yeah, that's
Oh, what do you do for work?
yeah.
Like, dude, I showed up and said people are coming to kill us.
Yeah.
Did you think I was like a secretary?
So the problem with this, I think, is that they clearly wrote this with Sean Connery to the point where he's like, "Scotland forever," which is like, because Connery's a huge.
That's I was like, that's not even his line.
Really?
Isn't that from Highlander? Isn't that what's
Sean
his
Connery's
face?
in Highlander.
Oh, really? I thought. What's the other guy who's in it?
Christopher Lambert.
No, who's
I
the
don't
big
know.
guy in it?
Sean.
Have you seen those videos that it's just like Scotland Forever at like 4,000% volume on YouTube?
That's funny.
I'll make you watch it after. We're not watching that now.
Sweet.
I promise we won't watch it.
No, because Sean Connery was like a huge person on like Scottish independence. He believed that Scotland should leave the UK and all that shit.
Oh, that's interesting. He's Brexit.
Well, he wasn't Brexit. He wasn't
Brexit before Brexit.
He wasn't like leave the
Scots-
European Union. He was like leave the United Kingdom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, become your own member of the EU.
And then, but
I think so. I'm just gonna say I think you are right that it's him. I was thinking of Mel Gibson, but I think Sean Connery is the one who yells it because a video popped up with just Sean Connery's face.
yeah,
I was thinking, what's the
Braveheart.
Braveheart? Yeah. Is Highlander a movie or did I make that up?
No, it's a
Okay,
movie.
cool.
It's an '80s movie starring Sean Connery. It's why I was
Okay.
like, yeah, it's Sean Connery.
I was thinking of Braveheart.
Yeah. So it's so obviously written for Sean Connery of like I taught him how to shoot, and it's just like but
Yeah.
there's conflicting things about this. Like the directors and the creatives are like, oh yeah, we were thinking about giving it to Sean, but like it would have been too distracting, so we didn't get. And it's like, but it also has reports of like people being like, no, they offered. He told him to fuck off. He's like, I've been retired for 9 years. I'm not coming back for your stupid Bond movie.
I would hate it if he was in this. I think I would hate it more if he was in it. It could have been movie ruining for me.
Yeah, that would have been would have been the most AGST.
I know this.
Yeah, I clapped. I know him. He was the original.
And it's
Yeah.
so I don't get why Bond owned the house. I guess like it's probably something that he was just like, yeah, I'm not going to sell it. I'll just
Keep on to
this
it.
will exist over there. But it's still full of furniture and shit. Like it would have been looted.
Yeah.
Because he's surprised that the like warden guy is alive.
He's like, you're still alive?
Yeah, I was like, don't you own you're probably paying this dude.
Yeah.
Or he's a fucking hermit in Bond's house.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to come back. So I sold it. And they said if
I've been living here.
They said if I just lived here for 25 years, they'd give me, like, I get squatters' rights. No, you never came back.
Yeah, you're like 48 now. You haven't been here since you were like fucking 10.
It's a cool set piece, though.
It's a cool set piece. I just don't think it should have been Bond's fucking family house. I think it should have tied in more with M.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about it, and I think it would have been better also if it was like M's house. Like, oh, I have this cottage that we can go to.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just doing the same thing in the cottage. Get rid of this character. Maybe it's a smaller house, whatever. Like, because as cool as Bond's childhood is, I don't care. I don't need it.
Yeah, no, Bond isn't someone you want to know his past. You want to know his future.
Yeah. Fuck Tracy.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
you know what I mean.
I want
You don't want to know what happened. You don't want to hear about his fucking days in the fucking Navy.
Yeah, I was fine with him being an orphan. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess like less family connections to worry about if nobody can threaten your family when you don't have a family type stuff. But man, they take it to the next level and it's weird.
Yeah.
And the landscape's so good. This movie shot so well.
Roger Deakins, baby. But yeah, it's also like the fact that it's in Scotland. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it just looks so good. I cannot believe the color palette. Is that what you would say? Like the browns, the blues,
It's color palette, yes.
Yeah, and the grays. Like, this movie rocks my world. It's so much better than the black and white of Quantum.
Oh my
It's
God.
oil and sand.
Yeah. It's oil.
It's like they did a great job with it, but I was like, I don't care.
Every time Albert Finney shows up, I'm just thinking, ATST, ATST. I clapped.
I don't even know who. If anybody doesn't know, every time we say that, it's from a Red Letter Media video that they do a spoof of a Star Wars podcast.
No, they're making fun of like fans who are like overly like fanboys who when they'll see something they recognize in a movie, they'll like start clapping and shit. It's like when you go see Avengers and like something stupid happens and everyone's just like, "Oh my God, it's fucking Tobey Maguire!"
Yeah, that's exactly that. It's a spoof of they're watching the trailer and they have like.
I think they were watching Rogue One, like the actual film. They watched like Rogue One, the movie.
I can't remember it.
Because he goes like, I clapped when Darth Vader showed up.
It's like a Star Wars Squad or something. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But great videos. All their videos are awesome.
Yeah.
Back to this. They're booby trapping.
Yeah.
We're in Home Alone.
Home Alone. But not Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, the superior film.
Yeah.
Home Alone 1.
Garbage. I'm just kidding.
I love Home Alone 1.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever, but I remember growing up and liking it.
Yeah.
But that's one of the ones where I'm probably combining like 4 of them into one movie in my child brain.
Well, there's only 2 ones that are good.
Oh, okay.
Home Alone 3 is funny to like laugh at how bad it is. And then Home Alone 4, nobody saw except me and Josh Sullivan. And then Home Alone 5 has Malcolm McDowell in it for some reason.
Is that the one that just came out?
No, that's 6. There's 6 fucking Home Alone movies.
It's a basic idea. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And paychecks.
Yeah. Why not?
Hey, films make jobs, Mark.
True. True.
So we're setting up the house. We just found the secret exit that goes to the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on for a while. They set up all of 5 traps in about 10 minutes, which is a little painful to watch. Feels like padding.
Yeah, it's padding. They had to add padding to this hour and fucking 2 hour and 48-minute movie.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
like so.
It's like adding padding to The Godfather. Like why?
Everything's set up for traps, and then they wait for them to show up, which they
do.
Yeah, they first like 2 cars drive down.
Yeah,
that are full of dudes.
Aston Martin blows all half of them away.
Yeah, it opens up with the little machine guns that are in the headlights.
They booby the traps.
Yeah. Oh, and the bad guys blow up the front door, so they can get in the house now.
Yeah.
We get 3 of them get in the front door. Old guy does a spin move out. Boom. They shoot. It's a mirror. They turn around. Boom, boom. They're all dead. They get like blown away by a cut off little double barrel shotgun that he has.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're running around. They set off all the booby traps. It's kind of fun. And then once it's clear, we hear music start to play. And they're like, what is this, Apocalypse Now? And Flight of the Valkyries is screaming as
Not Flight of the Valkyries.
14 Hueys fly down and drop napalm all over the forest.
Yeah.
And the Bond surfing.
Yeah. Scots don't surf.
One helicopter comes. I don't know what song he's playing, but Bond's like, he's always got to make a grand entrance.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna shoot you down for something, something.
And then we get do a little circle around the building, shooting it.
Shoots M in the leg or in the ass.
Yeah,
I think it's in the ass.
It's in the ass for sure. It's definitely high thigh.
Yeah.
And then we get our main baddie on the ground, walking on the other side of the walls from Bond, but he is throwing fire grenades in the house while Bond tries to shoot him and keeps missing.
Yeah. Because some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah. That's exactly it. It's more Dark Knight references.
Yes. I'm telling you, I'm being very accurate. Like, I know I sound like a crazy person, but like I'm right, goddammit.
I don't know when this one will come out, but check on me. Someone just like leave a comment and mention me to make sure I'm good still.
Yeah. I think Bond blows something up.
Yeah, so there's two, and I think they're just propane tanks. But he goes, I can get these to blow up, and the house will kind of collapse, and we'll go out the exit. And it does a little bit better. It blows up, and it shoots rocks at the helicopter because it's a stone building, and it like peppers the pilots, and they all die. So the helicopter smashes right into the building.
Yeah, and then M and Kincaid.
So that's totally her butt.
Yeah, M and Kincaid go to
little chapel
where everyone, where all you Zoomers should be going to church.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem tells the two henchmen to kill Bond, and he's gonna go finish off M with his CGI breath. And that one looks really good. But
I think the stuff on the frozen lake, they probably did it on a set, because frozen lake, not the safest place to shoot.
Yeah, no.
Especially when you're gonna purposely break the ice and fall through it.
Exactly.
So it's got to be stage.
Yeah. Bond kills, I think, one of the henchmen, and then he goes to a frozen lake. And him and Javier Bardem have like a showdown with the henchmen. They go in. Bond shoots the
ice in a circle around him,
and he breaks the guy's neck underwater. And he's underwater and under this ice lake for a good
3 minutes. Way too much.
Yeah,
it's a frozen water. I shouldn't say frozen. It's ice cold water because the surface is frozen.
Yeah. Isn't it like if you're in there for 35 seconds, your body goes into immediate shock and you can't do anything?
I know people do polar plunges and stuff when it first gets icy and stuff at the beginning of the year, but I don't know how long. I think it's only a couple seconds people go in the water because you get shocked by it.
Yeah, it makes your body useless.
Yeah, you just go numb.
Yeah,
James Bond.
My suspension of disbelief has been suspended.
Yep, I'm done.
Yeah, this movie is giving a 1-star now on Letterboxd.
And not only that, but he gets himself out and then manages to catch up, 45 seconds after Javier gets in the chapel.
Yeah,
because you want to talk about the
weird mommy scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Javier Bardem walks into the church. Kincaid is almost he's like, no, don't you do that.
Yeah.
And then he goes to kill. He goes to Mom, and he sees that she's. Oh, yeah, what did they do to you? And I'm like, okay. I like it.
Now blow our brains out together.
Well, he goes, he can't do it. He's like, end the pain for us both. And he gives her the gun and puts it to her head, and he puts his head right next to her head, so the one bullet will take them both out. Mm. And he's like, do it, please do it.
Yeah. End this.
I don't know why I'm doing it like that guy from that porno.
You should be doing it like the Joker, because it's the same story.
Why don't you just kill me now? I'm doing Jared Leto. That's who it should have been.
No, please.
You're my boss. You're my mom.
And then...
It's all about mommy issues, you see?
Bond throws a knife right in his back.
Yeah, and he has the craziest eyes.
And he goes, ow.
And he goes, ah, ah, ah. No, he doesn't.
I don't know what he says when he's wobbling over to him.
He's just wobbling and he falls down. He dies, dude. He's got a knife in his back.
Weak.
And then M dies because she has a bullet in her ass.
Yeah, she dies after, and then we leave Skyfall.
Well, she says something to him, but I don't remember. What did she say? You
Yeah.
fucking asshole. You had
She's
one
probably
job.
like, you're great. Good job doing you.
Yeah, she was like, she's like, I made a lot of mistakes, but I made one good one, which was promoting him to 00.
Yeah, she promoted him to 00. She pulled the trigger for him.
Mm-hmm.
He did that on his own. And then we cut back to MI6, and everybody's sad because M's dead.
Yeah, and he's on top of a roof, and Moneypenny gives him a box, and he's like,
what's in the box?
Yeah. What's the fucking box?
It's M's head.
No, it's just her butt cheek.
the bullet's still in it.
Yeah.
We thought you should have this.
Yeah.
It's the fucking bulldog.
Oh my god.
She's like,
And
money, you can do it.
She's like, maybe she wants you to retire and get a desk job. He's like, I think the opposite.
Yeah.
And then she leads him into the MI6 office as she sits down at the Moneypenny thing because she's decided against being in the field. And she's like, we never properly met. My name is Eva Moneypenny or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
did it perfect.
I think I don't remember if
Moneypenny.
I don't remember if Eva was.
Yeah, it might be. It's either Eva or Eve.
Yeah.
So either way, I'll give it
2012 was the year of that.
Of Eve?
Of not Eve, of like at the end of the movie, my name is actually this. Because this one you have, my name is Moneypenny at the end. And then, you remember The Dark Knight Rises?
Oh my god, I don't. My name's actually Bane. Oh, what? What's her face?
No, at the end of the movie, he picks, like, John Blake, John Sugar-Levitt's character, picks up his stuff. And they're like, you sure is your real name? Robin.
Oh.
And everyone let out a collective, like a lot of people let out a collective groan or H-E-S-T, H-E-S-T.
I can't wait to see if this is listenable with screaming ATST over and over again.
Yeah, and then he goes into Bill Tanner, then brings him into M's office, and it's Ray Mallory. He's the new M.
Yeah.
And he's like, Bond, time to get to work. And he throws down a file. It says top secret. And he's like, okay.
It says 007 on it, too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. It's like for her eyes only, the case that was on it, but it looks way cooler now.
Mm-hmm.
This, I think, is a good change to a prop that I'm like, wow, that you actually modernized it without making it look like a fucking tablet desk.
Yeah.
There wasn't that much in this one of that.
There wasn't. There was a little bit.
The Q one, I believe, that like big monitor he has, I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's not a fucking table where he's like,
yeah, he's not doing Robert Downey Jr. I'm going to do a circle thing, and it's going to bring up every criminal who ever lived.
That's so much.
Yeah.
But
fuck the Avengers. I said it.
Oh no, we're going to get canceled.
Yeah. What is this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready to do the rating stuff?
Well, yeah. Well, then we had the gun barrel.
I didn't want to talk about the gun barrel.
And it's an improvement over Quantum, but it's not good.
Oh, okay. Like, where is this going?
You know.
Yeah, it's still not good somehow. Well,
yeah.
Here we go, everybody. Pre-title first. It was so long ago. I like it. I'm going to give it probably like a 4.
I'm going to give it 4.5.
Really? It's shot really well. I'm thinking I really like that it sets up, even before Bond gets shot, it's set up that M is like, just let him bleed out. Like, you have to go get that hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Emergency services will get him. And then over the radio, he's like, Ben's like, is his name Ben? What's the assistant?
Bill.
Yeah, Bill. He's like, yeah, they'll be there in 5 minutes. And Bond's like, he's dead.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, yeah, because it brings into that whole think on your sins thing of like letting innocent dudes die.
That's what I'm saying. It's setting up the
theme of the film.
Are expendable.
Yeah.
But it's not in your face with it.
Yeah.
And then I like the roof race of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I think overall pretty good.
Yeah, main title sequence, great.
Yeah,
I love the song.
The song's great.
5 stars.
The transition to it is phenomenal. I'll give it a 5 too.
Mm-hmm.
Bond. Oh, I can't wait to listen to these sweet numbers pass by Mark's lips.
4.5.
Yeah, I knew. I said numbers, and I was like, if he doesn't do 4.5, I'm gonna be pissed. I was like, he's not gonna say 5. I'm 4.5 too.
That's the best you're gonna get.
Love this.
He's still
So
one notch above Roger. Everyone else is still above him for me.
Mm-hmm. This performance is great. Big fan. Bond girl, which M.
I guess it's Moneypenny.
I guess so.
Or is it the girl who gets?
No, the sacrificial lamb girl. That's like 2 stars.
Yeah,
It's like all right. I think she's a good actress, but
yeah. She loses point. It loses points with the creepy sex scene.
yeah, that kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then Moneypenny's pretty good.
Yeah,
I hate that razor scene though.
I'd probably give it 4.
Yeah. So as a Bond girl, I would give her like 2.5. But as Moneypenny in the MI6 thing, I'd give her like a 4. Because I like her, and I like kind of seeing the, like, oops, I shot Bond.
Yeah.
Like, I like all the, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do field work. I'm gonna be a desk person, and then it just happens that she's gonna be M's assistant. And then Felix, which there isn't a Felix in this. There's almost no ally, unless we're gonna count
Bill.
Or
but
the groundskeeper.
Bill's gonna add as groundskeeper would get a 1.
Yeah, I wish he wasn't there. Who's Bill?
Bill Tanner, but like I guess I think Bill Tanner is more of an MI6.
Yeah, he should be MI6. Yeah, I would say that the movie where he's like first introduced, I would say is like the only time he would be like the Felix character. Because in Quantum and in Casino, he's not in Casino, right?
No, he's been in For Eyes Only, GoldenEye.
What's the one where he's in the field?
Bill?
Doesn't he like? Maybe it's somebody else.
Are you thinking of Colin?
Maybe
the black guy?
No, it's a white guy. I don't know.
Oh, you're thinking of Saunders?
Probably
from Living Daylights, one who died.
I don't remember, man.
He's like the one who's like need to know basis. Too. That guy?
No, dude, I don't remember. It wasn't him, so who cares? Yeah, he's definitely a MI6 person, not a Felix. Especially in the series where we have Felix. But MI6 is next, so we can do him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, 4.
Definitely a 4.
Q.
I think it's like 3 in this movie. Like, I don't think he's great in this. I think his intro scene is all right.
I was gonna give him a 4, but then I remembered Bond. Get on the train.
Like that's so stupid.
So I'll give him a 3.5.
When they're like, hey, like get us off the map. He's like, is this like off the record? And he's like, yeah. Like I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
And when they get caught by Future M,
yeah,
he's like, so what you guys doing? And he's like,
please don't fire me.
Literally nothing.
Yeah.
Me and
you cleaning off the car outside.
Yeah. Villain.
But no, I want to say I'll give Q a 3.5.
Oh yeah.
Just because I think he's adorable.
Yeah, he's great. I can't wait for No Time to Die because I want to talk about his apartment and stuff.
But I also M. 5.
Yeah, she does a great job in this.
Mallory. 4.5.
Do you think she's better in...
Mallory's our Felix.
Yeah, that's perfect.
4.5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That was a good way to do it. Do you think her performance is better in World's Not Enough or in Skyfall? For M. It's a tough one. I think she has more to do in this. I think in World's Not Enough, she's in that cell for like too long. And it's just like, oh, I'm going to try to make this radio into a signal.
There's better moments in The World's Not Enough.
Like I like when the twist happens.
I like the beginning when she's like so distraught over King's death, and then she's like, this won't stand because she feels such guilt for Elektra.
Yeah.
and stuff, and the fact that she's willing to go. I think World's Not Enough. Like, especially the scene when she first figures out that Elektra is it, and she gives like that cold slap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with World's Not Enough.
I think I am too. Because even though she's great in this, I think she kind of like peaks at dying.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is really good. And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
but
I think a lot of the great stuff that she does in this is because of what Harvey Arberdam is doing.
yeah. Because all the stuff at Skyfall is all like she could just not be there.
Yeah.
Except for the chapel scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, he almost could have just like locked her up and been like, you stay in this coffin.
Yeah.
And he won't find you, and I'll take care of the bad guy over here. Because she really gets shot, and that's about it. She shoots a pistol 3 times.
Yeah.
And then hides. So I'm going to have to go World's Not Enough. But I don't like how long she's in the cell.
I think World's Not Enough is a better movie. Hot take.
Yeah, I got to think about it. I would say they're pretty close on my list.
Yeah.
Good.
Villain? Well, I do love the Joker, so I'll probably give it 5 stars.
I was like, if he doesn't give it 5 stars, I'm gonna say he doesn't like the Joker. I was like, I'll get him with this, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I
also want to preface this. I like certain Jokers.
Yeah. He's a cringe lord.
I like Heath Ledger. I like Jack Nicholson. I like Mark Hamill. I don't like Joaquin. And I love Jared Leto, but for completely different reasons.
Henchman? I don't think there is any in this.
No.
It's just like throwaway boys. Story?
I mean, I guess you can count the guy with the hard drive.
Yeah, again.
3.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, he's just like
1.
a man. I'd give him like a 2.
Yeah.
He dies all right.
He assassinates a guy pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the gun he uses. But story
4.5.
Yeah.
I love The Dark Knight.
I think it's pretty great. Obviously, as you heard, there's stuff I would change, but I think it's still one of my favorite Bond movies.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of Craig's movies just feel messy.
Yeah, I would even say this feels messy.
Yeah.
As the better of them so far. I'm like, wait, what?
Like, I feel like the Connery and like Lazenby and like Dalton and
there's a lot of messes in this pile over here.
Oh no, that's why I said the for the most part the Connery, Lazenby, Dalton, and Brosnan era they're less messy.
Yeah.
The Moore is always a bit of mess, but
yeah, Moore's is messy. I have to think about.
And there's like a few Connery movies like Diamonds Are Forever and You Only Live Twice and Never Say Never Again that are very messy and
yeah, Diamonds is a shit show.
Die Another Day is also like a shit show. So, but like for the most part, they're like Dr. No is a perfectly concise thing.
I want them to remake Dr. No so badly.
I do not.
I know you don't. I just want it so badly. I don't care who plays it. I just want it with modern looking shit. Just to see how they can do it.
It wouldn't be good. They get rid of the color palette, that beautiful color palette they have.
Yeah, I want that color palette. I just don't want the yellow face. I just want the cast to be appropriate for everyone, because even some of the casting because I'm not a huge Honey Rider fan. Even Honey Rider, I'm like, I wish she were somebody else. And I don't want Coral to die, but I would, if I, in a perfect world, it would just be they just take everything and they go, we're just going to redo all of this. And shot for shot remake. The only difference is going to be the actors, because obviously you can't get the same people, and I don't want them anyways.
Yeah, I would want Connery, but
yeah, well,
he's
that
dead.
Is a pile of bones now. R.I.P. Cinematography 5. This movie looks great. Like I said, I love that color palette. It's so good. Gadgets. We got a radio and a gun.
3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm like 3. This is kind of what I want from gadgets. I like a little bit more than this, but I'm glad it's nothing. I'm glad it's not a saw blade coming out of his watch. And then lastly is car, which we get I think it's the DB8. It's either the 8 or the 5.
5.
Great. And I actually really like the Jag that Emma has too.
Yeah, I'm going to give 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is a good movie.
Yeah. I have to think about where this falls, honestly.
For me, it's number 7. So for me, in my opinion, World's Not Enough, Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Thunderball, On Majesty's Secret Service, and GoldenEye are superior. And I know that my World's Not Enough take is scalding hot.
It's either right behind World's Not Enough or right above World's Not Enough for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch that again.
Yeah.
I think I like this more.
World's Not Enough just has more things that I like. I like Electric King as a villain more. I
think it sucks because I really like Electric King.
Yeah.
But
it also
Bond
has
girls like.
It's also got my boy Valentin Stokowski in there. Bond, James Bond.
I miss The Living Daylights.
It's got Blondie in it when he fucking gets killed. Boss, it's so good to see you. You too.
Yeah. It is good. Imagine him as a groundskeeper. Hagrid 2.0.
Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah, they make him a giant again, too.
That'd be great. But yeah, that's going to conclude the thing. Listen was here on Spotify. What?
That's going to conclude the thing.
You know?
This thing's called a podcast.
That's going to conclude the podcast.
There we go.
So make sure to keep listening to us here on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify if you want.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. It's up when you click on the podcast. Up in the top, like left or something, it'll say follow, and on your home screen, it'll alert you when new episodes come out, which come out every
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Nick doesn't know what our call is.
I was gonna say Monday at 11:59 p.m.
It comes out exactly at midnight.
Oh, see, I thought it came out at like right before midnight.
No, exactly.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And well, sometimes on podcasts on Spotify it's a little late.
Yeah,
that one's me.
It's whenever Nick feels like uploading it.
Yeah.
On YouTube, we will always have a strict schedule.
Yeah, if I had a button that would publish it for me, I would do that.
Can't you queue it?
I don't have the files. You have to do them first, and I don't get them till the week after.
Okay,
that's it. It's a little behind the scenes. Mark does all the big boy stuff, and I just take care of the Spotify side.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Anyway, that's the conclusion.
You'll hear it when you hear it.
You have to conclude the thing. Be sure to subscribe to the Nihilist Media on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. Watch our films. And, we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good one.
Have a good night.